one big warrior or Boboba. Last time in him say Kenya, even the warrior big push or constituency in him. If Cape Coast Takrade Highway now. And we had one of the biggest demolition exercises along Ifia constituency, because constituency is Sikwanano between Eskado Ketan, Eba Fijai, all the way to Takrade, where the mall is, a wonder constituency in the world. And at the time, which was last year, now yesterday, the woman in Crawford na 1-2-1-5 where read and no abey. January no way them demolition. As at now, still no work. Now, what is coming up in there? We'll try to negotiate with one of our permanent structures, to give them compensation. Now, in terms of the compensation, some of them called me just 3 days ago. The assembly tried to engage them. Now, what's the one room would demolish it will be 3,000 cedis, and at best 5,000.
Permanent
one room, permanent structures. So meaning they'll be 3 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms, and they are going to pay 15 to 20,000. Now, how can Obia all live in a community? As I say, no edge, as I say, bubune dan. Now, Okado ko high dan crowd or neighboring area. Or Yado to 3 months and other.
No, you are a member of the assembly. Find out from the MC himself.
So, sir, this came to me 3 days ago.
Yeah, find out, because
so,
it can't be possible.
Because
contractor no, you factor the cost of compensation into the contract.
Exactly.
Until so the district assembly no could do anymore. I don't know the common fund.
So in fact, what I did when I got the information, this was 3 days ago, and it is not just about working. This was a formal notification that they came as affected. So what I told them actually is that they should give me a written notice detailing the main, because what's the main engagement? It was assembly representatives but they have even, I asked them to contact the highways because most this is part of the contract. And, they are going to engage or get in touch with the highways. And then myself also, after ending Ochina, I'm going to take steps to engage both the assembly and the highways to deal with it. This is just to put it on the table there. This issue about demolition of properties and then government compulsorily taking land for Abia Road. Now, we welcome it. But most of the compensation should be good enough to resettle people. Or do some areas, Kabana example, where you have over 2,000, 3,000 people directly affected. You expect then Kabana come up with different packages. Over able to say, as I see, will be put a ban or which move to this area. No, this is the support that you can go and build your own space. Another, you have enough to rent or build another property of your own. These are all different scenarios. All I can assure the people of Ifia constituency in there, this is a matter I take it very seriously. In Tinyame Adoma, we will engage further and then make sure that the right thing is done and they are not unduly affected by some of these developments.
Okay. No.
Aban. My question is watching.
Major Soma.
I'm the chess of my who I was saying. Quick one. Me Kakaba Korifat, a very hard-working, very loyal friend, our Cape Coast Brafio. I'm the honorable party member of the contest for deputy youth organizer. Maybe your man Nancy is a very hard-working person. It's an pay Pedemefa, a Quenjero friend Stephen Buedu.
Okay.
Or Brafio, Pedemichel and the pay now.
Lunch in the campaign.
You know the Nisun and the band schedule. You know the Sonia Quenja about my baby. It's easy. Me vote to me can be ye. No master NDC day. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, until I may be son. Oh, okay. No, I'm learning who. Ojina ye dia. Oh, na say who was sitting NPP I was wala ojina ye. Oh, Felix is a nice chap, you know.
Yeah, a very young guy, but
very sharp guys at the area. He has a very good team.
When we have vibrant young people into politics,
I just say he's part of the team. Or part of the team there, and they have only problem.
Felix 11.
That's politician. Baby, abna okwa wechi omna he wechi o. Ati wechi ni wa ti don gidi na tanfu. E na to ka kare esa wechi
just a quick one. I'm the issues go high or there as far as I feel there some resolve and the result to be on bay, and I think the last 2 weeks I'm honorable if we follow the same because the same issue no can and Muslim repeat Muslimism. I think the last 2 weeks you have shared no nkomokra Muslim to go was hen salaries, private sector salaries are hen babun youth, especially here in Jumano, the amount Jumayafo would change. Public sector is I'm there on Shada yet but the private sector the salary levels from the data and the statistics like one are quite
but they're supposed to follow the minimum wage.
Yes, honorable. You see, the minimum wage in it's not something
it's not a living wage.
Honorable, see, I can say the minimum wage is 21 cities, 70 pesos. And see, imagine the average in the calculator, that's about 600 cities a month. But some 600.
And all the dollars in India.
600. I've been 600 cities. But some, it's all the simple calculation. I mean,
that's like $50.
For car, in and out, or a Juma. Now, Abna Wato, Nsu, Wateziban, or rental, or Tartarse. Okay. You can say, on warrior. And if the person has a wife or child, Abna, even share 1,000 cities crying, come on, easy. It's nothing. Not on your one because simple. There, as much as you may think there, or you're normal, but said that natural no one can expenses are in a day. Not sure how much people are earning. If you can't afford to then Abna, in fact, it's a source of worry. Inti easy mafa akwenjedo na ya sre ejuma ye ejuma mpanyfo ejuma wuranom em de ejuma we no wo for profit wo ye na wo so yan faso but ebesre yam ya adom na se profit no kakra bad dada na wa hwe hen workers so aman.
Okay,
na abna mama profit to be kan
no remember one kasa no was starting so inti na into the source of faso
me bite something small on honorable them compensation as contractors now where you I think that sometimes we take them for granted too much. We're talking about distraction and them done some but if she even cry yesterday na motorway ado motorway worry ado if she the emissions dust or motorway no do abna on bois or deadly for us and the Accra already or polluted. If you have air quality result, you work in a crisis area. Volume further indicators no level or sure. Into things like this, road construction, environmental management measures, or part of your contractual value. Not say you think that okay, you are road any other thing or a secondary matter. No, road if we don't have life, if we don't have better use road, no. It's not just about the motorway. A lot of the construction record, environmental management measures now currently put in place. Wabohana was a tanker in Subi was a Fadokuru then that is the rest in dust emissions now on wine. Into the message, I mean, it's all part of the responsibility of the contractors to ensure that they are both the people and the environment are safer at least. today we would maybe with my words her crime so pedal account with.
Okay, and memo when Shasi Ghana's tourism revenue hits 4.34 billion, arrival top 1.3 million. Minister, the minimum say, and is a share, the African countries, Zibia, Onka, Eni, Kenya, and Femfremo. And it will be Kohonoma, a wadi sin and so per se, Okokoye. Do you think, say, as on my, even though so share Sikaya, ya boss was any a bill yet me and yet even better, and say, ya consa, a hodu no, a jina ne naso yi anase still I bit me IB e de aka ho
Abraham was be Abraham in economics say one you will be for the comparative advantage as omano ehwe one hozen what you can do better na ashemu kena so that you can get the best out of it. I am happy that mention Kenya Sunday equal Eastern Africa mama fact Zimbabwe, Kenya, Uganda, all those countries they want. If Ghana is now, as a special people, what's a Ghana? They feel they have a very positive response about the name Ghana. In fact, equal this. I mean, honorable now. I'm sure they've been there. What to be? And can a Ghanaian? Oh, Kwame Nkrumah, and all that.
Me carry that time South Africa we say no about some again
exactly
Michael Essien football side and then so yeah
Ghana were very good image even within the African continent we have very good image and them image it's about tourism, it's about how I put me them image into Sika. I'm not me read the papers here. One of the major destinations that tourism minister mentioned was the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, and that's why I'm happy. The Memorial Park was the #1 per what the minister mentioned. What it tells you there, say even Kwame you use Kwame Nkrumah, ni legacy, ni image, the history alone. Now you can project now. Them secure about 1.9 million. We get far more than that.
4.34.
This is just one. Abana Cape Coast Castle. We're so fortunate that way back in 2008, President Obama, 2008, right? Oba Ghana. 2010 or 8, anyway.
I think it's President Mills era.
That's around 2010.
It was a big sellout for us today. You ever capitalize on that? Now you project Cape Coast Castle to the whole world. Because that visit alone, Abna, the tourism value we have no idea. Mention all the other tourism sites. Kakum National Park, fantastic place. But people are able to travel far and wide to come and experience that national park. So another point is that Ghana, we have a lot of tourist sites. In fact, the break crowd. And that na me yankoko or Cape Coast and University Dr. or a tourism person. No was Sword Pond or UGCC. Now all those early history of the political system movement in Ghana. Those structures and buildings are making now. They are virtually not functioning. 50 I mean when you are going to Cape Coast, Fort Amsterdam, Abanze on the hill. Nancy na me hu there Abna a lot of tourism sites are able to take advantage in Sika far more than this. Ghana your history and so we are so excited about this because we can get more. In fact, we have an advantage. If you pick Ghana, if you pick a lot of countries in Africa, Ghana will have a lot of things that will leverage to pull more people into Africa. Why should Kenya fight with us in terms of tourism? Why should South Africa fight with Ghana in terms of tourism? What do they have? What can they say? We have a lot of things. We are the first Black American South American country to gain independence. It's not history enough. History. Tourism minister should really sit down and look at how we can intentionally invest. And this one, I mean, I think let me also Mumbo NPP perform about when they introduced the year of return. It was another thing we are going to discount in the importance. It was a very good thing. Asebu area. A big land that if we see these black Americans, most of them they are permanently residing in Ghana. I say one. We need to be intentional about our tourism. We need to be very intentional about it. It's as important as the cocoa and the gold. It has that potential more than what we can even imagine. And you see, with these things, you don't need a lot of investment per se. Marketing, and we are good to go. It's a best tourism minister. But whilst we encourage the tourism minister to do more, there is something that here's Ghana for just about 2-3 days ago now. Accra International Airport. The issue news now bear with some of the workers were those things they are part of tourism.
Something small for breakfast.
Those issues or you're part of the tourism discussion. I remember when Chen say you are next time
irritating.
Next time no. And it's not just there. Most of our tourism sites, Cape Coast this year. When you are Cape Coast for I will take on the pay. Me sure that man was some can move away. You go Cape Coast cast. What you did now? Artifacts na. Some of them go the one to they are just there. When I'm okay. Oh, they will be about hope. Now I start extortion. What started will be services club.
No more overpriced.
And that one people over there, your local boy, it can't be a visitors no. Then no won't be full because if you there, but block one chance. And it's not just that. Most of the our tourism site, young hospitality hotels now they are all part of the discussion. Whilst we want to promote our tourism, you also as a Ghanaians or they actually have to be sanitation. It's part of tourism. So if I come to your country and I say, airport for fair if fee for next time if Mokwana American and in Pakuna Banor Sama or back kind of good place or can't come to the place is dirty.
Okay.
They won't keep who you want them.
Imagine so didn't Panafa call Bunasa, a Ponano side the whole. We didn't go faster.
Meanwhile, the castle.
We didn't go faster side the home now home. Meaning this is a tourist. Oh, best baby on that. What's the guy is obvious?
A serious issue. You go to this the beach side here. Sometimes castles are just behind. Now, say beautiful. If you find now, will be
or Janet 9.
And we think it's not part of Inyama. This is tourism potential as a corner. In Tiabasre, also as Ghanaians, we need to understand the day. How one can say how it put image out there. No more tourism no then. Tourism minister, you can do it yesterday. Put in more effort. Now all these things is something that you can do. Now you a lot of benefit from our tourism potentials.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, Major did the doc work a lot around all the issues around the tourism sector. But for me, maybe something with them record reaching $4.3 billion na year with about 1.3 million tourists visiting. What has led to it? Yeah, BB special fountain. Yenya the man the mosa ye nzama da na wakwe den krofu nyi baby sheda anko nti wo ya wosu ye nkwohwe Ghana because tete no ya ate the day ye ko Ghana asumdwe wo e Ghana ebenya hade akwa. I'm saying this because FIN data from 2016 now ye record about $900 million in terms of revenue from travels. 2017 they generate still around 900 million. 2018 still 900 million. It were hovering on a flat revenue of about 900 million until 2019. Said the year of return. I say when the year of return was introduced, yenya huge jump in terms of revenue to about $3.3 billion. In 2016, 2017, 2018, near $900 million in terms of revenue. 2019, when we introduced the year of return, you took me a movie from 900 million to 3.3 billion. COVID by 2020 to 2021, it's no be in Tukwan. 2022, 2023, when we still went around the return, you know, yes, and another 3 billion back. Yenko back to 900 million. We still got 3 billion coming in with total travelers of 1.1 million in our 2023 obey. 2024, as at half year, was about 1.8 billion. By the end of 2024, now still in number 3 billion. Into 2025, kakra. But actually, number of tourists are Aban, it's about 1.3 million. Meaning that 1.1 million now from 2020, 2021 up to 2024. No. Still, I said any much people coming in to take advantage of your tourism sector. Mark our parliament. Mrs. Ayepe, one major game-changing area, Ghana, also the tourism. Because in tourism, no, or you free money coming into your system. Every year, people want to travel to somewhere. Yet Ghana, obi all mind the all Dubai, or China, obi ko Hawaii, Adechi obi ko Mauritius. Other countries are intentionally marketing their country to attract tourists. True. But in your country, you know, we are not intentional. You said that you BBA or you acquire the epidemic BB farm. In your answer, yet Ghana, no, you are understanding of even the tourism opportunities. So Meaning, when I went to Sunyani to do my first work in 2003, 2004, Sunyani, I got exposed to Boabin Fema, Monkey Sanctuary. In fact, when I married in 2026, that was where we went. I told her because now me would have beko Boabin Fema, beko Kentampo Falls, 2026. It's about 20 years.
2026.
206. 206. Watch him. 206.
Oh wow.
80. I went all the way to East Brongafo region because Boabin Fema. That was when I made Ebusuafo Ekoshe Kentampo Falls. And there were so many tourist areas around it. In the Yekasi, Obi baby saw the one literally.
In school, the last time they home video.
No, it was AI.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was AI.
There's one in there.
No, normally when it rains, because of Pumpunetifi, that place, you know, a bit of a farming area. So normally when it's raining,
so SUP,
yes, SUP and but there's no galam, there's no gold there, so there can be no galamsey there.
So I hope so.
No, I schooled there.
Maybe so maybe any a call
maybe go school work in College of Health.
It was downstream, upstream.
I see.
The whole belt, there's no gold there.
So at that time they didn't. So
okay.
There were so many tourists about Western region those days in Zulezu.
It was
in fact, Ghana had baby our bape Wokubuzia beach no da ko in Zulezu was the town on the water. In the Nsuneway. Kruneway. Enti yen answer yes say yen so and when people come in bar they are motivated by different places I will to because I could Cape Coast that all that you are going to do on the day be a Cape Coast Castle. Yes, somebody will go because of Manawati and Manuel, but Oko Cape Coast Castle ni we not for the whole time not driving all the way to Cape Coast. We various things. But then we had the Kakum Park was there. Now you were this crocodile pond. Yes. So now Hans Cottage was there. And you could play along about 4 or 5 tourism sites. On my echo. Echo every region. today Abruchi, every state you would have different reasons able to make the 4 days, able to make the 1 week.
Hollywood Hall of Fame.
Yes. It's the big question and maybe our tourism ministry and the minister is about initiatives, about intentional programs and projects, and a year rolling it out. Because embedded in this 4-point-something billion, it's about 10 billion. Eco Morocco, they are getting over 17 to 20 billion dollars from tourism. Eco Egypt, they are over 5 million, 10 million tourists are visiting their sites. And Odyssey Council then the economy ni more developable. Intimacy. As we speak now, Doc Kebi, Ian Ankasano, yenye bibia oma environment na tourist sites no one onya attractive. Make it those days when I went to the north, ye call Larabanga Mosque. Ye create them stories around them. Obema ekwa ebehu there. You are really tekumpa. One will be receive you. One will be koho. Say won't you won't kill you. Say abade no koho. So and then a man was so one ko fro bi wo. Echi wo be no ombra no one ko. Whilst here to Kwana baby, people are trained specifically. They have their working time. Even if they don't generate that enough revenue, but the state can pick up some of these bills, so that over time, then you'll be able to recoup these things back. Inti waka NP, a lot of initiatives came after 2025. Modi and more friends say Nkrofama who send you after a year of return. What do I can then? Dirty December. Dirty December.
There be no dirty December. I think say
no,
they have a name. Yes,
they have a name.
I think someone reported Brandane.
Yeah, well, Brandane. There was a lot of issues around how it was done. No, it was a matter of public conversation. The actually baby a year of return in the in our one the most not but it's always to be a build up towards us. About NDC, NPP or Ghana Assembly. It's what's a group be committee be and said that what should do there were lots of issues around how our manager didn't communication and so on and so forth. Collaboration between the ministry and Ghana Tourism Authority is very important, so that at the end of the day, you both to me maximize the opportunities we have in the tourism sector. Or doso by greater chieftaincy. Those days Ashanti Media nipa wo komensia sika na mensia ankote or generate in terms of tourist visits was so huge. Enti osede ye di enenu akokoko dem areas ni na ho na ye invest a little more. Ehwe budget what the tourism. It's peanut. The minister is in parliament crying. Jifa yananse mame abla kumashi. Enti edin no other one the tourism ministry. But in terms of the actual resources, what they promote, FIA music industry, how are we investing into all of these things? But government should really show a lot more commitment towards promoting this industry. Based on the reports I am citing, 4 billion is no joke. Say 3 billion IMF. It is a strength in tourism that's a move from 4 billion to about 10 billion now. You are in good business. It's
okay, so beyond the return.
Beyond the return.
Beyond the return. Okay.
It's the best I say beyond the return.
You see, let's do a little education here. When it comes to tourism, sincerely speaking, Ghana yenshare danye intentional about it because yenshare danye a culture. Unim nyankopon share that my a particular intrinsic type of behavior, but we are not using it for business because the whole of West Africa, and as I say, the whole of Africa, we are like the warmest people, the warmest country. meka warmest country in the sense say ye ahoho e chen oman bia nti sa brand ne kura keke no would have been market enough say upe bebia sebe ubenya asumdue upe bebia uba nipa beje wo feso upe bebia uba wakuma beto ye mu nhyehewa Ghana is the destination. You see like my doctor who be said Rollins started something consciously. He started with Panafest 1992 and 1998 yeah, the Emancipation Day beka ho. Those things was actually opening up Ghana to all the diaspora. Say before nkomo wa man so nyina no some way somehow your roots came through Ghana. What you say? Because almost all the northern belt, most of the West African coast, most of the slaves went through Ghana. Especially Omamuku PA, America, Britain, Dudwana before Ghana. That thing was done to actually conscientize them and then make the basis. Say Kamuba the slave trade, but then unfortunately vacation to a Ghanaian is like a luxury. Etinu ye ni sa esu ene eba ne wo ya nkasa ye mu. Eye say obi an ho atono ene kasa wo ko vacation. And tied to vacation is tourism. It is Ghana ni na nkasa ne ehun say e was say me free me working environment e ko ba bi fufuro kakra. E was say me free me efie e ko sebi e ko jimasumji o baby me. I have two things if I'm really stressed out helps me. Normally when I go through especially nature. Eti se me so tense that normally I like to just go through places it calms me down. And there are people who don't even know such things as psychologically tourism improves your health. We have some of the best beaches in Africa, and so the consciousness to say we say ejuma wo ho, because you have to be conscious about marketing your tourism potential. In Kroni bi wo ho udru airport utina taxi no na taxi driver na start catch on yema e wokurum ho odo ko na wo hwe unsabenkum so a Flagstaff Jubilee House no ho na president ne ti hu say flag ne blue no was so na che say president wo ho umbisa no start ka aha ye say wo de Jimmy Card wo pese me do call rounder from me eno ano no we in marketing but in yanum de be ona on peka kra ma me o ma mu den no na ye ho kire ye o manum. You see, we are not conscious about it. We are not also marketing it. Osenka deliberately regional ministers, DCs, they should have all partnered with tourism ministry. Every district has a tourism potential, but we are all focused on the cocoa, the gold, because those are quick monies. But tourism there, I will say access to the place no cry also ye. Some of the beaches are all the way from Pram up to your friend is Elmina Beach. What is the access route there? Castles are kind of are we Nkrumah was trying to construct a road from Hohwe all the way to Vli Waterfalls. Ocha biponumu wiye ye mianoma da Roma. Ocha biponumu wiye ko mu beguso na ya no nkopa mo no. Eti uko ha de go and show you say Hana Nkrumah ye ekwani duru yaka or they go Vli Waterfalls. This was somebody who was deliberate about tourism, because many Anamika say Israel is surviving on tourism. Even almighty China, tourism is in trillions of dollars to them, because look at their population. Ebinu China sabi epokromu hunda. Miko one province sa no omu hu bibini. And I call how must I dress Chinese attire. and everybody they wanted to take a picture with me. So nipa 1.something billion, emu 200 million crore move. Imagine.
Very
and
lot of money.
In China now, the weather is very hot. Into the check the population of Chinese coming to Ghana now. Into more businesses or are coming here for summer. Some of the European countries so we know can say heat wave air bababaho. And nyamia dum ye very fantastic weather. And another most painful thing na destabilizing your tourism potential are hoteliers. Ghana hotel board is one of the highest in the whole world. As to whatever reason, I don't know. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 stars, 5 star crowd them men. But those are things that scare away investors. Almost all the hotels in our tourism, high tourism areas like the eastern regions, central region, western regions, Ashanti, and once your hotel bills are so high, tourists need planning itinerary, it becomes difficult. But how they share, maybe to say Dubai, there are where your elite hotel, when you say Atlantis, the Okoha Asamoho, when you say Oko Bech Khalifa Asamoho, Oko Bech Al Araba Asamoho, but there are others are $20, $30, $50 you may be. You cannot get even $50 hotel in Ghana for a 2-star.
So talking about intentionality, no.
That is the point.
Intentional about
they are very, because they see, because one thing about Emirates for you when they say, oh, Kobe Bia now for Emirates Air at least or over for the crew. I didn't know yes, sir.
Even the other way, say now, flights we say in if they.
Why do they do that?
From country, they will take you there.
At least that's 2 hours, 3 hours now be dinner. And yet they are tones you. Imagine say nipa 1 million, 8 tones you $1. What is that? $1 million. Just like that. Say what benefit will do about the crew keke? The economics so. But as a all politicians involved, your attention and should they need the tourism potential. So, say, tourism crowd, a human a brew or hodo into Yampeho, into acquire petrol, ne, gold, ne, cocoa, hair, and no, look at how Honorable Aban Gomashi is struggling. What has happened to by the fireside? Companies are not even ready to sponsor. So the truth is that from Nananum all the way to young politicians, no, we are not intentional about tourism.
Okay,
that is the biggest problem. But Satika 4.3 billion, it can bet me an almost 50 billion. See, because nipa 1.3 billion, a million, and eba, we can double it because they say we are expanding even our airports. We can even take up to 3 to 5 million, your friends, especially within these times of the year. From June, July, August, September, no, is the best. By November, December, January, as no so but still, hotel boarding. At least, and we should pride ourselves. Say, West Africa and as Africa, we are one of the safest countries for tourists. You will be kidnapped, will be jackknifed, you are preserved. Sabi, you took to bottom for craft for brofo.
But I mean, no, yeah, I did perceive a bit deviated from this, a specific topic, but I consider, and Kofua almost so more hotels no neade. There might be something and say I'm woman. Rates and also
we are not intentional because if we are all intentional, we can also decide to meet them halfway, though private. But these are some of the tax reliefs if you bring down your rates. Ghana Tourism Authority, Minister of Tourism, but you
can even recommend such hotels.
And I make us so at the airport, your hotels are displayed for you, free advertising. What you say? So we are not intentional about it. That is the unfortunate aspect.
Okay.
Because the way the Republican I could see ports are within 1 month. You know 6.something billion Ghana cedis. You're intentional about the economic of scale at the tourism sector. We will see the effects immediately. Imagine say season be by say you reduce your hotel rates by even 20%. Then you broadcast it even within internal travels. Just imagine.
It's true. Okay.
So we are and the Yankasa no yesuni e ban no. Oh yes. Na me ka say Yankasa yesuni e ban no so no. The typical Ghanaian does it. Ebi kura leave kura person obeko leave. Entina sabi especially member no or nanam ho atim no. Because yemfa tete ye say why ye adwuma bi ko je wa ho me kakra. Woni oyire ne wo ba matena fie efi krona no tension build wom nti eduru ba bia woni o girl mo free fie mo ko se ba bi kakra. What you say mo fa nkola no ko ma omo nananom for just 1 weekend bi na woni oba no ko se ba bi
omo nananom mo mbre na
obi so nya aduane ma mo like just that it refreshes you.
O hwene sa na so mo ka na nya sa
asama okay why them na all your lecture all my university all the things that we need to know and to do it's in a one ministry in charge of tourism.
I'm all admit to say o mo bre
it's a tourism authority. They have to tell us what they are doing to change the numbers. Support and ofi ato force na account not go the ministry.
But you have to justify it.
Of course, that we have people establishing from the fact that we were floating around 900 million. An intervention brought us to 3 billion. We had 4 billion. Interventions should take us to 6 billion and 7 billion. That is the conversation. The ministry, Ablaka, them and them storyline. No, what the ministry is doing and is going to do to transform. Because December River. People ought to know the packages on board. By now, there should have been you would have known all the programs issues about transportation, about hotel costs, engaged, because when the year of return all the hoteliers were engaged to beat down prices to know there. Say what bantemna se nibuni ya. Able to make more people to stay in there. Your occupancy can blow. Can since people are doing Airbnb with their properties, price and no orukofo. How is the ministry capturing this data and making it available for people to know? The main Juma no tourism ministry and akacha no modern Juma. It's young push one to do the work, but a poor crofo beba. And those are show them numbers nebeba. But is that the numbers? What are the targets in the next 5 years? Where do we want to go so that we can measure these performance indicators 1.5 years, 2 years down the line? This is where we are, from 3.5 to 4.1. It's good, but are we intentional? Aban didn't hear you from. I think that is the lecturing. Why are the papa?
Okay, we shall for here to us, and then we share the chronicler of the Aban Kwabena Donko response to a AXA energy scandal. And on the 6th, and yenya na se beto dwa se US for ahyase aye hwehwemu na so ma ye hwehwemu bia ye owre bia osusa Asante Beko oya America ni osan so Ghana ni dual citizenship na odi juma ni juma na wodi no oye juma wa America honom no aside that company bi no so Turkey na wo kai 2014 2015 sa dum so era no na oman ye nyina ho nsem ye pade e betime dia solve esa problem no minim se ye di ho nkomo a ama fide beto dwa se adamudi ekata hye ni dream ne prohibi akoso eti omuncheche mu omode baaye no na just fingers na pointi at opanyina sa abre no na oda ye nyina monsem ano power minister enti Dr. Kwabena Donko na newa be yan wo sesa abrante no kra ye kana sem no owura Asante Beko no wonhia ne da onim ne da onyi sika bi emfiri ne wonom da enti sabe de kokobo ma obi a wo hwe wo se wati bi na se wonnim na kobo din se owura Kwabena Donko waje adamudie America dollar no $1 million a wo twe wase de wakwakohie akogire mu wo court no aba be kire no bia enti na lawyer ni Honorable Katie Hammond de aba be todwa metieti ni interviews ni bi o se na adai ebi wo hono a other institutions no officers ni bi be course bi o mo kono mu de o mani kwakohia eno na me hear a lot of education on that as a minister. Is it possible say you procure bibi under wo ministry ama wo de aye ejuma even though your mamuni nyina na benya benefits no ho dwumadie be koso to the tangent say ebi be ko ye kwakwakohwe se de esitie na afede unim ho hwe unim kofo mo ko ye de wodi enim sempo obi mpo na ye ntamgyinani wo free baby a company ni wo any Ghana unim ho hwe. I think I need a lot of education. It's an honorable for saying e wa ha say na your son wo mra se bedwani wa ide wo mu ncheche mi mu because some ne buy no committee no yes members ni bi call emails America for no busy a lot of emails no Holy Rain nti Holy Rain ni gina honom e de Mexica nti ne de it Holy Rain e beba they be I can't wait for the Holy Rain. Hey ye wa wo MOP Ministry of Power Girls. I know should be one. I think says $20,000 to $25,000. It be $460,000. It be $10,000. Hey, abusia for nyasem ketwa. It's near that doom so na because that I'll buy you made no na and also avenue for others to siphon states in the man and that's what moje demudie intini intentem so yenya ni enkofa adie emra ne Dr. Kwabena Donko say what wonni ma bebo ni din dia ka no wonji ademudie bia onim owura Asante Beko enso so Honorable Viseni menim se wate asem nko benyina wani di akire to Honorable Beko say Dr. Beko say wono onhia abrante ne da these are some of the legitimate questions that others is it possible say as a prime minister BBC Beko so a hunhunu ana.
Okay, so Abraham Tiniema na ekoso na si answer. Beko was not the official like MD or rep of AXA. Government was not dealing with Beko. So Beko is like the normal lobbyist. To say, Oba, minim Fuseni, metimine nakasa ma. Oh, yeah, pay a debut NSSO. Oh, metimine nakasa. But
maybe Oba to us. But Beko, any ni institution no wo ye no mo na na finance AXA for
no, so the institution was rather the ones that reported Beko to SEC because according to institution say who delay with omo institution now you use the official emails. So that all your activities is monitored to say PCFM how mo no Debi a wo bebe adwuma wo ye adwuma UTV no you must use abana@utv.com. Uko use private emailer e say wo ye private business.
Okay.
Asembia ko ba in your private email na Aban ko suma Aban can charge the company based on your personal activities. In the moment we use personal emails for official business immediately on report so that you don't bring the liability to the company because our company not ready Aban any can bomu kabibre outside because they are a lobbyist group.
Okay.
They are like consultants. It's who pay adwuma bi wo amanonia omo na osi omo so no ma omo CC grounds na ma. So this particular individual no was also contracted say mumwa nanka the energy deal no because now as at that time there was no competitive bidding. na EPA the omo friend no emergency power agreement no nti no so one of the charges is say or GCK to help the company win the contract. Etwetwema so kakra in one sense because one
or GCK from
AXA for no. According to them, say the bribery allegation is an amount of 2.5 million went to him. And now as all year withdrawals personally, not in the name of the gold company.
Goldman Sachs.
And your company need dimness can buy but to him individually. And he claimed he used that money to help the company secure the contract. And I make sure say in one breath we were looking for an emergency power plant. In that regard, no, it was mostly winner a bit me amaye. So there was no competition. They said the American buyer no. You know omukoye negotiations are omuye say okay, ye pade no within 5 years then there was a be Ghana there. These are the terms I dey ba. Ubetimi, utimi I was fine, untimi I was bintimi. Nye say AXA deba, Ameri deba, E-Power deba, Eli-Power deba, intino, there is competition, competitive bidding. Then the best lobbyist can maneuver his way through the company. Benyano, we never be any hosa. So, the honor me in particular, Masuka Krasa, Okase me GCK to help you win the contract. There was no competitive contract. There was just an emergency power agreement.
But maybe for early facilitation.
Aside that. Baby, almost a charging the casino say, or say officials from Ghana energy sector no paid visit to Turkish, you know, and it was fully funded, and some of the allowances given them
$5,000
from them no they consider it as bribe.
Okay.
I don't know the law in Ghana. Say, una say the machine air bremi. Person me babeshwe machine the capacity and then the quality of what you are bringing near. It's mostly not a buying cost so no be more say general co inspect it. Because when also ton wade naturally you should have brought
a very urgent oh.
Na me say naturally when I was say o de ade no kraba ma me inspect it. Me ton wade now bad ade no ho.
There's no competitive bidding.
Yes.
Two, you need the thing. Very urgent.
I understand.
No what are we here?
And I mean, just say the practice mostly is that company now no only at the end amount mostly they sponsor it.
But that's when there's a competition, and will be a person or poorly wo in Tinia Bibinia now being the bassin and yes, I did
negotiations are yes, negotiations are shall say Mayaka say at the end yepe, but I was see a better at any state. And son out there, but said the bay own farm mano, the young sango gas near penny see. And I said, Mobile Badia, Miame Fahunka.
Okay.
No more babeshe before I be move idea no. And now, what Fahunka be Biamo could draw. Muko drew any day, Mubetos, Mubeda hotel, one year
per diem near $5,000
according to the company. But in the US laws, no, almost full sad na. Or on behalf of the company, no, a bribe.
Okay.
And there was a parliamentary select committee, so I almost call and the same thing, according to a branch and also is Kedia on SCSA or the Mema and Penifoni B. Now a year on no sema America for no who's ampa sika say if our account to mu where ye sika say. But as to say me the same Fuseni me the same or Benti me the same we need there. That one has not been established yet. But what do I drink Buse now we na ye minister now we na ye chief director now we na ye engineer.
So
you might because it can also be say passes sikane ba no hono aya me de konso no amfanko.
Okay, so now they not me bisa no said the way explain here. Say guy no and you know not be dealing with directly near dinner. Is it possible say impo be a minister or that sector na bibisa betimi akoso a ohunu?
It's very very possible.
Okay.
Because intermediaries necessarily they do everything possible to avoid official documentations, official eyes. Only the say behind the scenes no can be at times they even deal more with technocrats. Just at times they can even buy leaked informations. Nti wono te ho a wo take decisions okay you see kan nyina ye 100 cedis enti yenya de obetimi ama 100 cedis with this particular speaker eno na I was say yefa because normally government goes for the most affordable but quality product enti no wono decide no because the lobbies na juma ne say obenya insider obema no suspects na mo pe say the be no so betimi akoka kire ne company ni say yenye ye de ni say ye de kwa ye benya lobbies no mo no adwuma ni bi no
okay enti say wo NSA ebetimi as head of finance ebetimi so ebetimi aba be obi beba for mo be procure bibia ebe koso transactions bibia be koso amamo ye payment awo wonhu ni panana.
It's possible.
Okay.
Because who the say voucher ne beba wenim yeah bidding no this company won company no the say obe supplier de na say obokwa kwa executive contract no or executive contract na your friend is saying procurement officer bekwa akohwe director works bekwa akohwe no mo the reporter bro say ade na ye no say na akoduru wo dia ne say wo so call for inspection final inspection say ade no because say they sit here and I say on the day of handing over ena nipa na oye adwuma na nkasa no obetimi kura hia no.
Okay.
Because the temptation is that right from the beginning, we started nipa na there could be conflict of interest. Only nipa no so koye baako, and also koye nipa asemaba.
Okay.
So mostly especially say competitive bidding, you avoid the faces, you deal with the documents. If you want to be safe.
Yes, also on bribe nipa no.
So it is possible. So a bit me about say. When Aban no because he's not the official rep of your friend say AXA. AXA for no crab deny so omunim no.
Okay.
Because like I said, lobbyists operate behind the scenes. So more for say consultant for AXA. And no coordinate official nearby the correspondence.
But I doubt the way America for city a ban or more investigation. So when you something, no,
because they said they were collaborating with Ghanaian officials. It is a Ghana Yoku, Ghana OSP, and we collaborating just to further some of this evidence to them. Now it is incumbent on them. Say Branton Bubodin because omu who say wire withdrawals, omu who say sika for an account mu, sika na also yi no okay bodi for the so. So Bubodin there, those ones will be given to OSP ne Yoko. Nti hono na Yoko Attorney General said they also investigate.
Okay.
And na make I say it is also possible say obetimi ha discuss sika nyina from the company. Aka say me dey koye na so wan fanye. Aya me yi system na koma MP we you. Nso na system no or the kotoka.
Okay.
So it is also there. And mostly they do some of these things without documentations.
Okay.
There are mostly you don't even get bank transfers. So it will be very difficult say ubetinaka say ampa or the comma we trace ni unless the person is also the type or no person or ten ho. Documentary proofs we bas okay and sign hanaje. Unless those things need their bedding.
Okay, Mate. Honorable.
Abena nsam na ohum no doso na yenjina nkra ni mi ntutu nkra ne no because America for why when you hwehwem in terms of the person na or American okita dual citizen no we are finding guilty of compromising the laws of anti-corruption in Americans business transactions into honor the webu and former we jailing. But
I think say in November na the sentence
yes. Now, need media udino. We no America we din wa Ghana hadi. Inti now ni hu be here do say Ghana so. Yes. Me a lawyer inti no odu tembia you want to be seized with all the facts at least substantially and sana I reach some conclusions. But me a MP and I've always had big issues with Ghana yen IPPs yes signing in time past. me a friend of the energy committee. To me sit on the energy committee of parliament. I had talked. Oh, make about the deal now was signing. It's in relation to power plants.
No, I know, but me because said the energy committee ni being so no pay here be told you be call.
Oh yeah.
I'm because I say yo. I come a lot of questions baby Zaupa.
Now, if yen IPP contract are signing, and some of the conditions are yet tie who to take or pay agreements ni be aye kwai. Ono na wacheche Ghana ye no kon over the years afa na ye san nkakra in the Aban se wa ko renegotiate some of these arrangements ma ye save Ghana about $250 million and so on and so forth. And you know, when you hear some of these stories unfolding, make critical question here. It's what really might have gone into these contracts and now over time, yes, signed. Because you look at them and you are like, it's when I was signing some of these agreements, you know, were they really seized with the well-being of this country there? So, when I say when they Juma and Kawa, you will commit a manner, or be committing the way I will commit here. So, I will call for Ghana institution. You see, there were a lot of investigations you conclude in here. Men found this issue about aeroplane purchase, government official one, was new investigation concerning the certain president Aban scandal, and I was what you shame no where you know worse on it, and yet I shared baby abroad for one investigations with the sea, you know. Sanka Ian very committed as a country. You be take the bull by the horn. They say, "Yeah, Shishima could do navy. Be assured that there are certain conclusions are in investigation bodies. No way, on them conclusions that I may be expected they could do. But one way when they do so, Yoko and OSP was collaborating in it, meaning that at least once we some of the issues that involves it and Kwana Ghana for your collaborating. What's for mention? We are waiting for this exercise to be open because see, Osada you to me guarantee you know as a country. There's a the tomb they send for once the 1 year wage mayan on behalf of the people. These compromises are or long-term effect on giving Ghana a raw deal. And a lot of the things, you know, it is out of some of these cases now able to know exactly whether people won this contract because they were the best. Another ubino shechi na oma the menza manoeden oba yena kwem. Yoko has but we will need them to give us some regular briefing. I said, oh my, they say what shall I say? What shall I say? These are the people they have invited. I had an investigation. When they were Aban scandal, last minute you call to Aban sana OSP they verdict, but to just to allow processes to go. Say no, kukwasa dema. Then it means that in Abrochino they are always doing this to send signal to one anchor for there. Whatever role you play. They have a way of coming after you. But do we have that same strong accountability mechanisms? No, do people live in fear? Because here can see a lot of things are happening. Road contracts are ongoing, big push. Sign contracts, energy sector, ECG, and all of that. Can we guarantee the Ghanaian people there we don't have these influences that affect the sanctity of contract ayekomana? Enti abashema yokufu I want investigation man what beba no na ye na ya.
Okay, me ma wa sha NPP to Muhammad don't assent to Cocoa board bills.
Yeah, there the massive Ghana phone was say not NPP. Because me say why if you have a major bill that affects over 4 million Ghanaians. You change the entire landscape of young cocoa industry, because old bill was in 1984. This is about almost 40 years. And I use the membrana, with the pitfalls and all of that. Yeah, amendments along the way. Now, Aban Pedel will change the entire law, now or consolidate the old ones that are issuing into one bill. And then you use 24 hours. I'm on the Finance Committee of Parliament. We're referring into a workshop on Thursday. We did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had to check on the entire Customs Act, Customs Bill. You share Customs Bill. You share Excise Bill. You share about 3 agreements. Ministry of Finance what the bill. We share Cocoa Board Bill in one day. Because a casa majority was there one whatever you on my own and some of my colleagues. Amendment in one day. It's a bill on what the mom in there or Chinani discuss. Into men consult ubia, and then you sit there, and on the day, even between myself and some of our colleagues, we made over 40 amendments into the Cocoa Board Bill. If you on my Customs Act, you're making amendments to it. No, I realize, then you do that work in a day. It is moved to Parliament, and Parliament is forced within 1 day to pass the bill. And a lot of questions are one at the committee level. Have you engaged the stakeholders? Also, you are engaged. Yes, one for engagement reports away then. One for bra. So that we can satisfy ourselves day in a day. In fact, when we were discussing with the Cocoa Board, one of the chairman of the ranking of the Agri Committee, he showed a petition. LBC Snibi, what about the one consult on Ade, and then it was just brushed aside because government is bent on pushing it. Abna, a lot of problems. What's the end to one casa you cannot even sell the land to a party without recourse to the chief executive of Cocoa Board. Meme masa say amena nanom de ama me nabot. Asase awoda mama ame mede ye medwuma no. Ese de se me pede me ton asase na. O se de me ba Cocoa Board dan ba beja approval.
But what if say wo ton na wo ton nipa na obeton so de kwakwa kotu galamsey.
But no, that's not the context.
That's the context.
Hold on. No. The law no yen adwene there. Say etona obi botu using for other purposes. But that is not what is stated. What is stated is that you cannot transfer with the intention that one also they say Metro Master Asimowa, yes, you are afraid of Galamsey. But what about any other land use that I want to use the land for? So if you want to cure Galamsey, state it and let us know that this is what you want to say. Echo cocoa, even a cocoa tree, a pedestal cocoa tree, Babeji permission from Cocoa Board. Fine, if that is the policy governments want to run with, but engage. And this is it. People that you want to impose this bill on, they said we are not privy to it. How many cocoa farmers? The one now will deal in the cocoa industry end to end. Meanwhile, say cocoa farmer no we busuafo bisande na busuafo na we deal in cocoa. The membrana Aban, how well do they even understand some of the positions of government? And the call from the minority is not that we don't need a law to govern the cocoa sector. No. Yejitumude embrano, we have to revise it. We need to review it. And what the revision now about Aban ejuma. But at the zamane ba yenya time na yenya we ejuma yi. Echo Parliament, Customs Bill na ye passing no. Ye passing in that the next day they brought amendment to the bill that we passed. Bill na ye passing on customs. We are passing here within 24 hours now what they query no. The next day na customs so that but had they na mistake or had they it's aside amendment to be between. What kind of country are we living in? This government is not showing, and I have different problem here. why the rush?
What's it there? Do you think it was rushed?
That is it, because we even asked. Yebisa Kokobo CEO Randy was there with us and all. Yebisa there. And why do you want to pass this within 24 hours? Because what's there? New cocoa season now. What's there? What cocoa pricing? And yes, but cocoa pricing it's already a government policy. There, about 70% of gross FOB. So government have already said it. You don't need a legislation to bring it into effect. All the years I declare cocoa price. You don't parliament your question no. So you can able to my use policy to do it. Now you engage more. Now you ma ubiambra on board. We support it. I support the cocoa board bill. And I passed it with parliament. But with questions that they didn't my and Kwanema yentumi embu ma other stakeholders wanfa wona adwen wanfa mba because nyansa no until 276 members of parliament
then you shouldn't have been in support, because if you think say there are a lot of questions, consultation and shutdown koso there.
So my support is for the new bill. We need a new bill.
Okay.
But my opposition to it is the fact that it has not gone for broader consultation.
Okay. Yo, Mate. I don't know what that say. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, some more.
Aden.
Assembly fee.
Abna, unse minu no meti o masio because omo numbers na aka no. Se bibia o ma anye dede aye nti omo nkasa omo ho.
Oh.
Na wo ye din su bebra utimi yira agoro.
Sa. Ba unhu ne se we say
me say ade na maka kire no.
Consent no more.
There is no genuine consent anywhere. Dede na ne yenye sa 88 the one here na yire.
The omo kano
Abna, since 2025 cocoa pricing issues ne start here. Randia Benene Cocoa Board started the farmer sensitization even before the cocoa price. This bill you started your consultation in February. Farmer organizations and all industry players grab back in Krahabeshia Randia Benene Cocoa Board. Emomo ye sensitization on this same bill. Ejomo input ni bibia and sensitization ni bina or even to the grassroots level to take their inputs no na sebi omokaso akotena office chair mo efu omuso call mo demonstration at the farm they no mo titi plastic chair mo because of combat na form abena. So these things were done. You see, the NPP's posture is that say ya ma ho kwan ya nka say ampa de ye penny na mo ya there be man consult Ghana for. That is their posture. It is not about say there was no consultation. No. It is about the fact say this is what NPP wanted. Man yen said ye pen no. And then Obaka say who establish stabilization fund amakoko for. Abrayen Sajin yen Sajin am fanshim. Me say. But in every opposition there is jealousy.
It is about no opposition, not jealousy.
Me say when anyo no enti ene no jealousy.
Don't just confessing to
me say no kura woman say ene prekope nipa 4 million NDC for be more stabilization fund. Just a cocoa price no eba forma e kosuro eba forma omo stabilization fund omo de be cushion omo said ye be ya say omo side ya shame say 70% of the world market price. With the stabilization fund established, with the sinking fund so yes established no e trese cocoa sector ho no ade na eto ye na no e te price no be nsi biom omo ko ni say na 4 million for e ko te omo asema ase a anhwa 88 na ebeti aba 70 nti yenye dede. Number 2, yasa establish your friend say trust fund amomo for their pension. Say kwa the yasa dey shame say wo kokoko kwani bia obabeko school a obeye especially agric engineering ne agric business ne biotechnology sa niema na efa kokoko ho ne de Aban fa ni tertiary free scholarship. Sa niema ni nyina ehihye bill no ni nyina omo ehu na ba bia ye koka say Aban ma free fertilizer Emma free with this side, free spraying, who near ye side of pollination was a den no. Omo ma side near money in be for free, just on your farm. That's a cell phone a buying bo kano. Sebi, uko sorry, na ebia papa ni wu, na odi jane ba. Na de ba ni amo ho sem to se me de koma galamsey fo. Yes there be ade aban bo ho ka de untimi nsore da krope enkasa aban ajapade aga bu aga na fo nyina no me de me mpese me yenti no mado agu saa embra ne de da bi ubeya di kan bra na ade no esanse wa aban bo ho ka ntina nya wo nko awo de biem ti sesebe abena wawo sebe ufa afuro ni de antinenta ne chimchim de wo nko na obeyo ba kwara ni nya bedru asasi so na wa sabi musuo nka na ko yi unsa ko bono bobone a abana aban ti meche osa akola no kora wa nyam no 9 months wasa wono wa mboni ye ntina aban no wa amane sana kokoo ba be
basa unim se first and so na sana aban masa free fertilizer no na adinyina but not there wasn't any
and I'm that be say no yakodru crisis mu a Bibi ayedru no emrantie bi di galamsey is one of the main reasons because unfortunately for us no cocoa na kwa ko pie baby a gold na ko pie baby a galamsey so wo opa check na all the
akopie baby a cocoa
minim de beto de yonko de
no say now let's go for any alcohol but these are cocoa growing areas
almost 99% of the cocoa growing areas have gold. It is yan famre bi amma ammo ho ban a ebedru baby no cocoa ni nyina be give away to the so called gold no
enti per there honorable can say you think say farmers no omo you okay
the farmers are okay and I say ye wie ni say no say more education is also needed because we say cocoa crunch for no call no mo register omo say be nchiremu no da so koso because manenti asese ade no enye sebi miami dia ametimi aye ne dem pebia bi because it has become a national asset
and the education they say is missing down because
yes
I think it's a UTV I news on that binim so express more opinion and all that say when I'm demi cocoa na de made in the obientimi enchem say me ton na say me see me nya me sika egu me bottom I saw
once you grow the cocoa etina ye dey free seedlings and so by so once you grow the cocoa na aban boa na epeja wia get the mentality say asase na ye media de but the cocoa belongs to the nation no na obedidi ho
what if say ni panos so an just incentives here free aban ho na so ton
no ene do anka
so menje every
yes
no
and I say once you grow a national asset entina one kasa won't mean ton ma
I think say you have to take out we say aban ma we ye aban no be and the other side so obeka say menje bibi every aban ho
the truth of the matter ne say ye ti ase say wa na wo do wa dia won't mean ton ma wo ho so ati ase wan kasa utimi kasa me na me do mi koko ntidi me de ko amanoni akoton
okay
enti na wo kasa wa wo koton an kro na ye chill so yes smuggle wa wo fu no I'm explaining something wa wo koko kro kasa wo koton ye chill so yes smuggle
yeah
so wan kasa wa fu no sa aban anya hwe kra ma wa once it is cocoa it is classified as a national asset said wa unya gold wo bottom ufie una na ja gold o tam sa gold no kra se me de kwa manoni akoton a ye be chew o ti ase because you say gold no e Ghana japade e be free o man no ma there should be a licensed way of exporting it
okay
you see men can see there Ghana for adwuma na yere yes mesre menua ma politics on giving out to suggest that a lot of the concerns that the minority preaches or for political expedience so them one answer you lose touch with the people because we are people's representatives too and a lot of our people are also farmers too. It is also a cocoa farmer now, one and a cocoa farmer now, papa a cocoa farmer. Maybe they would give you a feedback or some of the concerns that they have. Mama and rubbish and the cocoa people don't have problems or questions that require answers. Legitimate, a big honor, fears is going to be addressed by this. Someone has to tell them that issue. This issue about pension scheme for cocoa farmers. Wow, one brain since 19 man. No government has been able to make it happen. We in Parliament, can't to the Aban make sure that we are going to do it, but it doesn't come easy. It's been in our law books.
Yeah.
Education for cocoa farmers. As there one also there no be a cocoa farmer. Maybe a cocoa farmer, we a cocoa farmer. Now you na yemba wo school, maybe I medicine. I will buy agronomy. As there, I will buy all agronomy no. Also and all agronomy to your man on the scholarship. I remember all your farmers and I did remember my scholarship.
Cocoa farmers children, they are all part of it.
No, what you said, hold it.
But this was the emphasis.
Exactly. No,
but all cocoa farmers, they have that scholarship.
So that scholarship was that's an senior high.
Yes,
because of free SHS in the buy.
Yes. And rolling over.
Law, let's say, priority should be given to A, B, C, D, E, because the fund cannot take care of everybody. Or a scholarship, cocoa farmers in our one back at a time. But when you put priority, or cheddar, I will benya advantage over Amemeba. But here now near do cocoa.
Yes, me too. I said the scholarship is for cocoa farmers children. But you can say at the end 100 na available. Now say cocoa farmer ne bano a course that is not related to that particular. That's all ubenya. But you see a rank here there now. Say for obi the full what there can be half.
No,
but
it says more priorities to
the bill is saying the scholarship at the scholarship at Tuhamamu. Me bawe oko school so the babe boa mejumano. It is meba.
Yes, also your medical students. That's also the Bible.
You also get your scholarship, but say debut. Yes, priority say ma obia full scholarship. Na say be sumu nyina no problem. But say ma obia full scholarship. Debi ma obia full scholarship. Na say obi ono no ye these three priority areas as against obi ono no ye HR. You should know say ombedi kan hwe HR agribusiness no and I say agri students and some group so
maybe 40 acres hold on 1 acre maybe contribute this
agri just imagine I can say for 4 million nasa dudu na enso aba then it means some be o munyina na o muye involved in
it's not as if say somebody will not be given at all
so
but maybe this is what is available take care of this first next time take care of this that is something good to be done.
Issues are when we were considering it any feedback from cocoa some may know cocoa but cocoa farmer ne mekasa cocoa farmers ne mekasa so when this issue goes down na say nipa ne de them concern no odeba na say ye razor don't let it be said the jealous minority in every opposition there's jealousy because jealousy no be na
I know don't say the nankasa can fe no na say me moa
me say opposition omo dey ahoya na dos dodo
enti time na so ye dey see ha say we dey make some more time am wrap up some wrap up this
oh my am for 1 minute be am for body tough
until who body tough for say
my first
let's go national service bill a lot of things are happening in national service are changing the interface especially with our new system no new system no say be why no robots and say back no intino university for it true mesra omo this time na fa hwe edin e wo Ghana card so any dinner school in their brain. Now the schools have all submitted their names. Into the class list of Mohammed University, no, almost the Nina brain. Into school need be a daje. No funny Ghana card and share class list na school need to buy say a D any date of birth no a pepe.
Okay.
Sanya money mienu na match ya. Ukotina machine ho uye Mark Zuckerberg crying for.
I better reject you, but honorable.
Oh, any in any day, you better Ghana for us, mother, if you're a man for us for all the hard work.
Now, Mukasankasa ye fancy.
Yeah, fancy. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, hunter land, but a hunter no. Wow, kuichika krita kwa dia kam fancy.
Wow. Omo fancy so you very deep.
Yeah, because I say omo central fancy.
Especially only the take fancy.
As if
exactly. Eti my yenchi won biom. Na once again to assure them the issue about one Akwanasem, we are going to take it up today and tomorrow. Nyame aduma by the weekend, I will give them a feedback so that when I come out to you.
Mate, yen so yeda wase